So imagine this. You just got hired at McDonald's in the 80s or 90s. You're excited, maybe a little nervous, and then your manager plays a VHS tape, and suddenly you're watching what can only be described as a surreal fever dream about hamburgers and customer service. McDonald's didn't just hand out training manuals. They made actual VHS tapes, and these tapes are some of the strangest, bizarre, and honestly hilarious pieces of media ever made. But you know what? A lot of these tapes were lost, buried, or locked away in archives, until pieces of them started resurfacing online, and trust me, they are insane. So, today we are diving into that weird McDonald's lost training videos. Just watch this video to the end, because you won't believe what was there on the tape. Alright, let's go back to the late 80s and 90s. McDonald's was at the peak of its fast food empire. They weren't just selling Big Macs, they were building a culture, and a part of that culture was making sure employees knew how to do things the McDonald's way. Now, today you might get an online module with some cheesy stock footage. But back then, training meant VHS tapes. Whole productions, with sets, costumes, music, and even original characters. These tapes were mailed out to stores across the country. Most of them weren't meant for the public to see, only employees. McDonald's wasn't trying to make the employees look normal. Instead, they made weird mascots, skits, and even musical numbers to keep employees entertained. Okay, let me tell you about one of the most infamous training tapes that resurfaced. It featured Grimace. Yes, Grimace, the big purple blob. In this tape, Grimace and Ronald McDonald literally show up in a McDonald's kitchen to teach employees how to handle customer complaints. I mean, just imagining it feels weird. The clips of this tape leaked online, and fans started passing it around, half in shock and half in nostalgia. Okay, this tape is nothing compared to the next one. And that is musicals. Yeah, a McDonald musical. I mean, just listen to this.
It's so new to me, what you do to me, how my future will shine.
I mean, it sounds really ridiculous, but honestly it might have some pros. Because if you're a bored 16-year-old stuck in training, you're way more likely to remember the fry station rules if someone is singing it in harmony. Nevertheless, it still feels like you are watching a lost parody of McDonald. Now, all the previous tapes were lighthearted, but some of the other tapes were actually terrifying. One of those tapes shows a careless worker getting injured. I mean, I get what they are trying to show, but like that, it was a pure nightmare. The tape had dramatic music, close-up shots of accidents, and a narrator that sounds way too serious. It's almost horror movie levels of intensity for a job about flipping burgers. Actually, McDonald's never officially released these tapes to the public. They were only sent to franchise owners. Once the DVD era hit, most VHS copies got tossed, destroyed, or forgotten. Over the years, random tapes started surfacing on eBay, thrift stores, and even YouTube uploads. So yeah, McDonald's training tapes weren't just instructional videos. They were full-blown productions. Most of them were never supposed to be seen outside of employees, but thanks to the internet, we've been able to catch glimpses of this bizarre chapter in fast food history. It makes me wonder, what other lost corporate tapes are sitting in storage right now? And would they be just as weird? Well, that's it for this video, and if you enjoyed this, check out our other videos here on Lost in Air. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.